Hey everybody, sorry about that. I was rambling for like 10 more minutes after my last video, um, where it's about a 10-minute video and I was discussing a range of issues in that short time frame because I like sped up my video. And the video I just did right prior to this one I'm doing now. And, um, and I got these and I seen where it got cut off at. And the live said I was going on for like 21 minutes, so I missed out of 11 minutes of content. I'm going to bring that right back to you here, and I'm hoping about 5 minutes. I know short time is kind of long for a short, but it's an important topic I left out on, and that was Miles Davis, right? I talked about how I believe Miles Davis impacted an entire society, right? Not just men, not just American men, not just middle-aged men, not just African American men, but the whole world, right? Through jazz music, of course, but also through his art and through his compositions, specifically in film. What he did was appropriate a style into mainstream culture. And we see that a lot today, right, with basketball players and whatnot. I was in my last video. I thought I was going to talk a little bit about Kendrick Lamar, but I've done that before. He's pretty good at that and using social media to obviously mainstream a lot of his content. And I also talked about a lot how we use mainstream media differently today. Not just the radio. We have social media, of course. We have podcasts. We have apps, right? We have our phones, right? Apple, is what I was discussing a great deal about. We have YouTube, right? We think of the major, the big four, as they say in Silicon Valley, right? Twitter, Facebook, Google, um, YouTube, right? And of course Apple, right? Let's even throw Amazon in there, right? Because you're dealing with stuff that's programmatic and you're dealing with stuff that's material, right? Now, as it pertains to sociology, I know my last video was really choppy in my service. That's why I don't go live a lot, as I say. Um, uh, Thinking about those terms as I was getting into, right, and having responsibility, um, uh, and not just immediately saying something doesn't fit in with my description or what I'm used to, what I'm comfortable with, right? We have to think deeper and what is causing our society to move so rapidly. I think that's where my video cut out at, my last video, and that's where that's where we are at in society, is where things we're in because we're in a technical age, right, in a global age, our era, if you will. We are at a rigid point in society right now where people may be feeling a little bit too overwhelmed, or more specifically, just so I can really drive into the point where I want people to try to think about this and how they can change their everyday circumstances to have more life out of it, if you will. Having more accessibility to the traditions that they are used to, and what keeps people a part of a bigger community is of the highest importance, right? And when we go out and give our message, I always think of the movie 300 when I think of how rapidly society can change, right? Because these are soldiers in the middle of a heated battle that's bound for them to lose, right? But they send out one man to go out and tell their story of triumph and winning in certain battles, right? At the very end, maybe you see that King of the United sends out one of the strongest soldiers before they all die, or know that they were going to die, by the Persians, right? To go tell the story and to hopefully get their community outside. So yeah, I'll be saying a little bit about more of these topics and what I want to prescribe in my philosophical adventures and expeditions with you all and music. And I'll be doing that next week with Miles Davis, and how he did that. Um, yeah, you'll see. So, hope you all enjoyed this. And again, I'm sorry about the technical difficulties prior to this. So have a good one.